I, 26 female, won a small lottery and don't feel like sharing with my 23 male boyfriend. I won a little under 100K after taxes and I have a boyfriend who I've been dating for about 5 months. During our relationship I was struggling to save up money to move out of my parents' house. Living with them has been nightmarish and like I was trapped in a nursing home. They've always been the type to physically abuse me and verbally abuse me. Meanwhile I had no options to see friends or family when times got tough. I remember a few times over the past couple of months they drove me to a point of almost committing suicide. When I had my darkest moments, the only thing that could have helped was if a friend, sibling, or boyfriend just inviting me over for a night to escape the environment. My sibling told me no because there's no space and my boyfriend never offered. When I asked he said, sure, many times but I still never got to, and I am not the type to beg. I ended up meeting someone online explaining my situation and couch surfed overnight and kept it a secret from my boyfriend. I did not want him to think I was needy but the desperation was real and it hurts me that after seeing what I've been through, maybe a night of compassion could have saved my life. But I had to rely on the kindness of a stranger for that. I didn't tell him I won the lottery. I did tell him that if I ever save up enough, I'll move out and he can live with me. But now that it's actually real, I am starting to look back at how this person never made any sacrifice for me, that a stranger was willing to, and so now I've changed my mind about what I told my boyfriend. How can I go about this? Too long did not read. One small lottery, thinking of moving out, but do not want to really share especially with boyfriend since no one has ever been there for me. He's a sweetheart but what matters the most isn't how kind to me you are, but whether you'd really be there for me when I really needed it. 1. Leave your boyfriend. 2. Get your own place. 3. Get therapy for the trauma you've been through. Do not give a boy you've dated for 5 months any of your money and don't let him move in with you. You deserve so much better than him. It's your money, I wouldn't tell anybody. You know exactly what will happen if people find out. Please use your money to improve your life and dump the boyfriend. He did not help you in your time of need. He doesn't get to benefit from you in any way. You aren't married, that's your money, you don't need to share it with anyone. Put it toward whatever your life goals are. Buy a house op. You'll be secured for life. You can even rent out a part of your place. Invest that money and be selfish about it. You deserve a comfortable life. That BF? Leave him. Don't give 5 millionth boyfriends husband privileges. They all showed you they weren't dependable in your time of need. Keep your winnings to yourself and get a safe space you can call home. Boyfriend asked me not to go to jazz club alone. Opinions. Before I entered this relationship I used to go to my favorite jazz club, Ronnie Scott's alone. I would buy a single ticket for a live show and go there and watch it and really enjoy myself. There are plenty of other jazz lovers there and it's not difficult to make friend or two. I invited my partner to go with me and he really enjoyed himself. There was a trumpet player who played my favorite song, Summertime, and I got really excited and told my boyfriend he was really good at playing. Towards the end of the night, the trumpet player made his way through the jazz club and he smiled and spoke to people around. I told the trumpet player well done, it was an amazing performance, and the trumpet player shook my hand and thanked me, all in front of my boyfriend. Now my boyfriend says I shouldn't go to the jazz club alone. Was I really insensitive? You do whatever you want. Don't be controlled because someone is insecure. That's super one-sided and unhealthy. He has obvious trust issues. You clearly love jazz and Ronnie Scott's is a really cool place. You guys need to have a conversation about that. I think he sounded jealous that you really enjoyed the music and the guy was a great player. Maybe you need to ask him why he reacted how he did. Don't date people who collapses your horizons because of their insecurities. Go. Gotta have trust. What the hell is your BF's problem? I cannot count how many times I've been in a small club and personally thanked a musician for an awesome performance. You're not hitting on him, you're appreciating musical talent. Geez. Your boyfriend needs to stop trying to control you. It's ugly. Your boyfriend is insecure. What? Does he think you're pregnant and engaged now from the handshake? Go to the club and enjoy your music. I, 28M, got upset when my innocent acting girlfriend, 23F, told me about her binding kink. Hi. I've been with my girlfriend for a year. We get along really well and have a great relationship. She's smart, kind, funny, bright, and has a perfect balance of responsible to adventurous. I'm outgoing and have a lot of experience with dating. I've dated a lot of different types of people, from the quiet and inexperienced to the loud and popular. My girlfriend is loud and extroverted but never really liked dating much, so hasn't had many BFS. When we first started dating she told me she wasn't sexually experienced and only had one sexual partner who she just had sex with a small number of times, so she'd like for us to take things slow and wait. I'm 100% okay with that. We now have a great sex life. She told me her ex basically used her as a flashlight and wouldn't even look at her, so being loved and held means a lot to her. After a while she told me that she likes to be tied up and to take it in turns being dominated. Cool. I was surprised because she seemed pretty vanilla and we were still early in exploring, but I like this. This very much aligns with me. Then last week she had some drinks with her friends and she started listing the items which had been used to tie her up. None of them by me. Zip ties, string, leather, etc. She started getting really excited about this. Now I know where you're going, another bruised male ego, but I'm someone very fluid with sex. I've always been very good with getting dates and I've had a lot of sexual partners. Some girls were inexperienced and some very experienced. I don't really care. I'm very sex positive and sexually liberal. A girl could say, "My ex did it like this and I really liked it," and I'd reply, "Cool, let's do that then," but I got really upset with what my girlfriend said. I made excuses and left immediately. She brought it up again, but more mild, and it upset me again. It's putting me off doing this with her. It doesn't even feel like jealousy or that I feel she is less than. I think it unsettles me that I had this image of her being super innocent but now think of her being something else. Like if she would have said, "I've been with over 1,000 guys and I love to be bound until I can't move and then fucked like an animal," then I'd say, "Cool," but I had 10 months of thinking of her as basically a virgin, because she described herself literally as nearly a virgin. But it's not true. And I'm not one of those weird guys who wants a virgin. I'd much rather be with someone experienced. Does anyone know what's going on? I'm really lost with this one. Thanks. Kind of confused because virgin does not equal innocent? It's kinda weird the way you're describing her based on the fact that she's only had one sexual partner. I've only had 2, but I've tried a lot of kinky shit between those 2 partners. Also, why were you even thinking of your girlfriend as innocent when she already told you she likes being tied up? Very confused. You can be tied up and not have sex, FYI. Sounds like she wanted to be sure she could trust you before telling you about her kinks. I mean, did you ever even ask her in detail about her past sex life, like ask for actual details? That's your own fault for being a weirdo and convincing yourself she's innocent. She never said she was innocent, she said she was inexperienced. Those are 2 very different things. Having sex a small number of times doesn't mean she hasn't been tied up or done other kink-related activities, nor does it mean she's only into vanilla sex. All she said was that she wanted to take things slow. You talk like she went from Virgin Mary to a full-on leather onesie suit BDSM person. She likes to play tie-up. Update. My 19F teacher, 45M, asked me whether I would like to go out with him. Previous post. So, I did say no, and he isn't really taking no as an answer. I mentioned that it would make me uncomfortable to break the student-teacher boundaries. He told me not to worry about it since he wouldn't be teaching us for the 3rd semester. He told me if I'm uncomfortable going out, because I'm quite shy and introverted, I can come over to his place. I'm not going to. Do I keep telling him no? Edit. He called me a while ago and asked me where I would like to go and have I changed my mind. I told no and asked him to stop pestering me about this. He got pretty annoyed by that and told me that he has been nothing but nice to me these months he has been teaching us and has been helping me with assignments and work exclusively. What more could I want? And can't I do this as a favor? I told I don't want to and he said I'm making a mistake and hung up. I don't know how to feel about it, but I have a feeling he isn't going to leave me alone. IDK. And thank you everyone for advice and support. Do you have proof? He's really not taking no for an answer. I'd honestly report him to his superiors before he gets worse or ends up preying on someone who doesn't know how to say no. Tell him no, and if he continues, report him. Make sure to keep any sort of text as proof. Despite his connections, and probably more so because of his connections, his actions need to be reported. That being said, I can 100% understand why you're reluctant to do so if you feel that the administration will be dismissive of your claim. Could you make inquiries with any of the student welfare organizations at the uni to see if they can support you with the prices? No. He's old and a teacher and it's just creepy. It's totally inappropriate. Thank him for the offer and tell him that you are focusing on yourself and your schoolwork. Professor here. Report him. If you can't go to the department head, go up the chain to the next administrator. If there's no report, he'll just do it to someone else. Oh, and make some noise online. Rate my professor, Twitter, etc. And good for you sticking up for yourself. Good luck. Report him.